Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another video. Today I'm bringing you my March book haul. This is actually the first video I think that I'm posting this month. I've been sick a little bit, I think you can still hear it pretty much, and it sounds actually amazing, the voice in my head. I'm not sure how it sounds on camera or to others, so I don't know, but I like it. Although I don't want to keep it because I don't like having a full nose or anything like that. So yeah, anyways, I decided to forgo my monthly plans video this month because I could tell you what I'm gonna read, but basically I already told you what I'm gonna read for the next few months when I filmed my BookTube SFF Awards shortlist video, because those are actually the books that I will be reading throughout March, April and May. So if you wanna know what books those are, I will link the video up here so you can go check it out. And I might squeeze some others in, but honestly I'm not sure if there's gonna be time. But if the need arises, you know, if I need some distraction or something that is a different genre or whatever, I might do that. I also have a few arcs again to read, so I'll have to do that. And then regarding what books I plan to buy, you know, as I said, I was sick, so I already kind of spoiled myself and bought a few books, and I do not plan to buy any more others, so I think it's sort of redundant to make that video now. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the books because I'm really excited about two of those, and the rest, I don't know, I don't have an opinion yet, but they're, you know, related to the shortlist, so I just wanted to get them and see, hopefully that, you know, I will like them. But yeah, let's get to the book haul because that's what you're here for. And first I'm gonna show you the books that I talked about in my February plans when I was deciding which books I'm gonna get. I did get a few of those. One of them is still not here because apparently they changed the release date or something, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be released by now, but it clearly is not because I don't have it yet, and it's not even officially out yet, although I've seen people have it, so you know, yes, book depository sometimes does frustrate me, despite the fact that I use it all the time. But still, anyways, the books that I did get from that video, well, the first one is Anne Bishop's Etched in Bone. You might remember me debating whether or not I want to get this one because I have already read this book in as an ebook, but I do collect them as mass market paperbacks, and it came out and I was debating, you know, it's not a priority because I already read it, but I do want to finish, you know, I want to have a finished collection on my shelves, and I just, you know, thinking that I'm not gonna buy a lot of books, I decided to just get it, and I'm really happy that I did. I really like it. It's one of my favorite series. The other series, it's about this world that's very similar to ours, but nature is a lot more powerful, and we have different creatures living there, such as werewolves, where I don't know, bears, where whatever, and vampires, and these creatures that represent natural phenomena such as thunder, winter, summer, water, and things like that. And of course there's humans who constantly try to step on nature's toes, and she fights back. And that's a really weird description of these series because I've never done it this way. But this is actually the story of Meg, who is a blood prophet, and she used to be kept in this facility, and they would use her, you know, earn money based on her prophecies, and then one day she escapes and she ends up in this courtyard where these natural creatures live, and she finds her home there. And I really love this series. As I don't know, I just really like the relationships in this series because it's based mostly on friendships, and there's a hint of romance, but it's really not a big part, you know, there's not sex or anything at all in it. So despite the fact that you see that there is love involved, or okay, whatever, I love this series. I don't like that, you know, they do match, but like the size of the name, the author's name is always different and things like that. I don't know why they do that. But anyways, that's the first book that I got. Then I also got Lord of Chaos by Robert Jordan, which is book 6 in his Wheel of Time series, which I'm trying to read this year, although it's not looking good so far because I should be reading this by now, but I haven't even started book 5. But yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, expectations are bad, so just get rid of them. And Anyways, this is a epic fantasy series about a bunch of boys who live in this small place, and one day their village is attacked, and they figure out that they are actually the reason that the village was attacked, so they decide to go away because they do not want to endanger their family and friends, and they go on an adventure. And it's very Tolkien-ish, very slow, enjoyable, but book 5, I do have to start focusing a lot more because there's just things are starting to really interconnect, and it's just it's gonna get confusing really fast if I don't do that. So I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I'm gonna pick it up in book 5, not this one yet. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I was very optimistic in buying this one, but that's just me. Optimistic. I'm such an optimistic pessimist. That's what I describe myself as. But hey, yeah. The next book that I got, that I talked about in my February plans, is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire, which is book 3 in the Wayward Children series, which is a series of novellas that talks about children that went through different portals into different worlds, and they made a life there for themselves, and then they had to go back. They were rejected or whatever, for whatever reason they had to come back to Earth, and now they're struggling with that. And yeah, that's basically book 1, which is Every Heart a Doorway, and I have not read the second one, Down Among the Sticks and the Bones, but I will, because it's shortlisted, of course, for the BookTube SFF Awards, so I will be reading it soon, and probably I will just then pick this one up because these are really short and really fun, and the writing is beautiful. I've heard mixed things about this one, actually, that it's not as good as the previous 2, so we'll see. But we also get, I think, at least 3 or 4 more books in this series, so I'm looking forward to seeing how I like this one. And yeah, the cover is beautiful, anyways. And then the last book that I talked about in that February plans video was actually Air Awakens by Liskova, which is an author that has been talked about on BookTube quite a lot in the recent months. I've been seeing her on and off quite a lot, and I've never read any of her books, and for some reason I was just really tempted to get one of her books because, I don't know, just I want to experience new authors, I guess, although I really should not start buying new series because I have so many that I should get to. So I'm just looking at my shelves and it's just terrifying how many new books I have to read, but okay. Why not add one more? This one is actually, I think it's about this girl that wants to be a librarian or something like that, and then she sort of does something and realizes that she has the potential to be something else, like involving magic, I think. I used to know this synopsis slightly better than this now, but still, it, I don't know, it just intrigued me a lot, and people have been raving about these books, and I want to give it a try, so here we go. And it's really interesting, this, I don't know, this edition is just, I don't know, it feels self-published, although I don't think it is. Although it also doesn't say who the publisher is, so it might be self-published. Published by Silverwing Press. It could be her own press, I don't know. Anyways, I really like it. The cover, again, I'm so confused. No, don't mind me. And then I received, finally, White Sand Volume 2 by Brandon Sanderson on this. I pre-ordered this, I think in October, because it was supposed to come out in November. I see, sorry, the reflection. And then it didn't come out in November, and it was supposed to come out in December, and again it didn't come out in December, but it did come out in February. And I already talked about this one in one of my wrap-ups, and I'll leave it up here so you can go check it out, because I received also an ARC. I was impatient, and when I saw it on NetGalley, I just said, yeah, I want it, so I read it, you know, get it, and I read it, and I really like it. White Sand is based off one of Brandon Sanderson's unpublished works that you can actually read if you just basically apply, you know, or get signed up for his newsletter and they send it to you. And I think it's a really great book, honestly, because it has been edited, and I wish it was published because I read it last year and I really like it. And it takes place in on this planet that is locked between 2 stars, and one star is really dim, so one side of the planet is always in the darkness, in a sort of twilighty kind of light, and it's called the dark side. And the other side faces a much brighter star, and it's called the day side. And on the day side we meet Kenton, who is this young man trying to follow in his father's footsteps. He wants to be a sand mage, and his father is actually in charge of the sand masters. These are the people that are able to control sand and use it for various things. And things happen at the beginning of the story that sort of force Kenton to have to step up. And we also meet a few characters from the dark side. They are actually on an expedition on the day side, and the expedition is led by Duchess Chrysala, who is a very important Cosmere character. For those of you who follow Cosmere, you probably already know her. And anyways, they're trying to find sand masters for purposes, for their own needs anyways. And I really enjoy their group because there are a lot of scientists, and they have just really, their observations are just hilarious because they're so, what we do anyways. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not gonna go, I'm gonna stop now. But yeah, anyways, I really like this graphic novel series. I think there's one more that's supposed to come out, but I've also heard that White Sand, like the novel itself, was supposed to be a trilogy, so I'm not sure if that means that there's going to be more graphic novels, more volumes. I'm not sure anyways, but it took us like 2 years to get this one, so I guess in 2020 I can read the last one. But okay, but I do recommend reading the book. If you like it, I do recommend reading the book as well because I loved it. Then I of course didn't stop myself from buying more books because, as I said, I want to read the BookTube SFF shortlist, and I also don't have all of the books, so I decided to buy a bunch more. And the first of those is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. This is a mass market paperback. I don't know why I got it in this edition, but I think it was the cheapest. And I have been hearing people talk about this series for a while now, and most of them like it, and I think it's about the girl that finds this giant hand or head in the ground, and that's basically all I know about it. And this one is actually not nominated. The nominee is the sequel, Waking Gods, which I actually have as an ARC. So I will be hopefully reading it if I like this one, and it has this nice interview type of format, which I think would make it will make it a fast read, hopefully. And as I said, I've heard nothing but good things about these books, so fingers crossed I like it. And then the next one that I have, I honestly hate the format of this book, and it's The Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi, which is book one in his, I don't know what it's called, something series, I don't know. I've never read anything by John Scalzi, and I honestly don't even know what this is about. I should have prepared, right? I should have read, but I'm not gonna do that and embarrass myself right now. As I said, I hate the format of this book. I ordered a different one, I think the UK one, which has this really beautiful green cover, and Book Depository just cancelled it on me twice, and then I just decided to get this one because I wanted to have it so I can read it. And honestly, I'm going to show you the format. So this is not a regular mass market paperback because, as you can tell, it's taller, and it's also, yeah, it's sort of slightly narrower as well. And whoever came up with this format, F you. Seriously, I hate this format. But honestly, I hope the book will be good. I've heard Caitlin from Kitty G say that she didn't like it because it's very political, and that sort of gave me pause, but I already own it. So fingers crossed I like it. I don't know, have any of you read it? If you have any good things to say about it, please let me know, because right now I'm sort of pissed at this book. Mostly because of the format. So yeah, luckily the last book that I want to talk about is one that I already read and I really liked, and it's All Systems Red by Martha Wells, which is a short novella by Tor about this AI who basically hacked its module, and now it's free to do whatever it likes, and it calls itself a murder bot, although it doesn't do a lot of murdering. and it sort of has this existential crisis, and it's trying to figure out who it is, what it is, and it's a bit pessimistic and sarcastic and just snarky and really enjoyable. And I already posted this on my Instagram, but I will read it to you as well. And this first paragraph is what actually sold me on this book, because when I got it, when I ordered it, I didn't even know what it's about, honestly. So, you know, but I read this and I was just like, I need to read this. So, here you go. I could have become a mass murderer after I hacked my Governor module, but then I realized I could access the combined feed of entertainment channels carried on the company's satellites. It had been well over 35,000 hours or so since then, with still not much murdering, but probably, I don't know, a little under 35,000 hours of movies, serials, books, plays, and music consumed. As a heartless killing machine, I was a terrible failure. I don't know, just this is what I read, and I loved it, and I really enjoyed it. This is going to be, I think, 4 books in this novella series, and if they're going to be as good, if the rest are going to be as good as this one, I'm definitely a fan. But yeah, those are all the books that I got in February. Still waiting for a few. Because I ordered, you know, I'm just obsessed with BookTube SFF Awards right now, so I ordered myself a few other books. I'm waiting for A Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. Not a fan of the cover that I ordered, but they're gonna manage the rest of his books, sort of, so yeah, that's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, more about that in my April book haul, I guess. And until then, well, not until then, I'm gonna be filming more before that. But yeah, until the next video, thank you for watching this one, and see you in the next one. Bye!